What's up, guys? Welcome to gootalks number 13, lucky number 13. I'm your host, gootecks. Today is Monday, September 17th, as Windows 7 is telling me today. Thank you so much for joining me here. It is a beautiful, hot as balls Monday. Oh my God. Heat wave burning through my heart. Anyways, how are you? Today's topics include this sandwich. Okay, so let's see what's been going on. Yeah, we talked yesterday about Aftershock. We talked about the UC Santa Barbara party scene. We showed some girl fights, but today, oh, you guys, I didn't really have anything prepared today. So, first let me know. Oh, here we go. Yes, I did. Killer Instinct trademark renewed by Microsoft. Yeah, check this out. Microsoft confirmed today that the trademark for Killer Instinct has been renewed. Unfortunately, no other details are given. Our legal eagles have authorized to say, what? We have either renewed or refiled a trademark application in various jurisdictions. As Microsoft purchased Rare back in 2002, this could potentially mean we will see a re-release on Xbox Live Arcade or a completely new game. We will just have to see. PlayXBLA.com. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. My body is ready. I don't know about you guys, but Killer Instinct, I played the hell out of Killer Instinct in the arcade. Killer Instinct, dude, Orchid, right? So friggin' hot. And when you look at the graphics now, you're just like, how could anybody find this attractive? But you know, back then, 11-year-old me was like, oh my God, my 11-year-old boner is so bonerific for Orchid. And she's got all these combos. Oh my God, dude. The game was ridiculous. And then all the glitches. You guys remember Inferno could just like do the infinite like over and over and over. Man, I swear to you, Killer Instinct is like the only game where I could play most of the cast. I mean, you know, you guys know me. Like, I'm a fucking one-trick pony, right? Oh, you're in. I play one character in Third Strike. Oh, I have two halfway mediocre characters in Street Fighter 4, right? But Killer Instinct, man, at least, you know, I never played in tournaments because I was like, you know, like 11 when this shit was hot, or 12 or whatever. But, man, if they can just put this together and somehow either resurrect Killer Instinct through this is the logical progression, right? They'll just re-release it on Xbox Live Arcade. It'll blow up, and that'll fund the development of Killer Instinct 3, right? Right? That's what we're hoping for. Because Killer Instinct 2, man, you know, I liked it. It was interesting what they changed, but man, if they could just make a Killer Instinct 3, what's it been? 10, 15 years? 15 years since Killer Instinct? Oh my God, man. One can only hope. But hey, you know, maybe they're just gonna, you know, re-release some art books about Killer Instinct or something. But anyways, anybody out there knows anything about the dirt on Killer Instinct, let me know, bro. Let's see, what else? What else has been going on? Event Hubs posted my videos. Thanks, Event Hubs. Love you. You guys know that Event Hubs is always on top of their stuff, having the best and most updated, well, I don't know about, I don't know, I'm just talking out of my ass, but that's where I go when I like the news, when I want to see what's going on in fighting games. Um, anyways, so when anyways, where were we today? You guys, I feel like I've been ignoring you guys over the past, couple of shows. I haven't been answering as much of your questions. So we'll see. Do we want to talk about the Wii U? I couldn't care less about the Wii U. Maybe. Do I have any? Rick Quanomics says, do you have any tattoos? No. I was offered a tattoo once when I was in what's that city? The Valley, Texas. What's that city? I just remember them calling it the Valley. But anyways, I went to go visit, and this dude, Chris, who's a great, amazing tattoo artist, by the way, offered me a tattoo, and I totally should have taken it, except I don't know what would have been good. And I'm not even going to ask you guys what kind of tattoo I should get, because you guys would just be like, get Urian in a thong on your back. Or, why don't you get Rose's scarf around your neck? Sorry, guys, those aren't going to cut it. That's not a good story. I'm not one of those types of guys. Thought about getting a cross-counter tattoo. I'll just, boom, cross-counter tattoo. Or like, on my, yeah, Southern Texas. Like, or on the back of my neck or something. Yeah, I don't know. This actually wasn't that long ago, so yeah, I would totally get it. I just... There you go. Now you guys have great ideas. Yes, dicks on my face. Perfect. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. This show is not going anywhere. What can we talk about today? What's going on? Let's talk about... Here we go. DJ Fat starts us off. Sorry for wasting your time today, guys. I'm kind of, I just kind of in a hurry today. Okay, DJ Fat says, okay, gootecks, on the topic of making shit happen, my friend and I have been talking a lot about getting into the media world, similar to how you and Mike have approached it. Any advice for how we go about doing that? Sure. I'm going to assume that you're not talking about fighting games. I'm going to assume that you're talking about like social media or user-generated media in general, stuff like putting up YouTube content, not getting into fighting games. Because if I was to talk to you about how to get into fighting games, I would tell you, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it. But we could say that, how do you get into media? I mean, you have to think first, what are your goals, right? Like when me and Mike started, we were like, okay, our goals with Cross Counter are to build an audience and kind of adapt the show to what the audience wanted, right? At the beginning of Cross Counter, the goal was a lot more about match analysis and trying to help level up the community. I mean, obviously, as you guys know, Mike and I are not exactly like the scientists of Street Fighter or whatever. We just know how to play and sometimes know how to win. So it changed into talking more about what was going on in the news because nobody else was doing that. And still, I don't really see anybody else like talking too much about what's going on in the news on a regular basis. And sometimes there's, there's not always a whole lot going on. But the way that you get started really is by just getting started. I mean, you said that you were talking a lot, and from what I recall, you put 10 zeros in that lot. We're talking a lot. Well, the amount of time that you spend talking, if you would have instead spent that time doing, then you would have already gotten started and already started to build your audience. So I guess whatever the best idea that you have with the resources that you got at the moment, hey, maybe it's just a webcam. Maybe your idea is to, do your version of Excellent Adventures, which, by the way, is an awful idea. Do not do that. But let's say that that was your idea. That was the best idea that you had. And all you had was a webcam and like an SD dazzle to record the gameplay, right? And then maybe you're going to edit it in Windows Movie Maker and then export it as a WMV in 360p to upload to YouTube. If that's the best that you can come up with, you have to start with it, because what will happen is that as you do it over and over and over, you will start to gain the product that you put together will start to grow and change over time, and it'll evolve naturally. But it can't evolve if it's just sitting up in your head, right? How can anything evolve in your head? It has to be out and about and out in the real world, baby. So, whatever the best idea is, start with that. I mean, even with this show, right? At the beginning, this show was just me talking on the tail end of some streaming tutorial that we did, right? And then I was like, oh, I should integrate the chat room. And then first the chat room went above my head, right? And now the chat room is on the side. And, I think one time, and then we had audio problems, right? So then I worked on and tried a bunch of different things, and now hopefully we don't have audio problems. And then somebody was like, hey, adjust the white balance of your camera. And I was like, I don't know anything about white balance. So I was like, hey, Ian, can you adjust this white balance? And then we adjusted that. And then somebody was like, I don't need to see your face so big, gootecks. And I was like, all right, maybe my face doesn't need to be that big. So then I changed the lens on the camera. So what I'm saying is that each time you do it, it'll get a little bit better and a little bit more refined. And hey, you know what? Last time I showed videos of that girl fight, and then I showed an email on the screen that somebody had sent to me. And of course today I don't have any of that. But I did talk about the Event Hubs article and then drag that into the front. So hey, there you go. Papa Rocks says, so you're telling me I should start with shitty quality. If shitty quality is the best that you can muster right now, make it the best shitty quality that you can do, because starting is more important than perfection. Because how discouraging is it to put all of this time, effort, and resources into producing a product and then having nobody watch it? For example, perfect example, right? As you guys know, we've been working with Shakedown over at Exchange LA to handle the stream for all the DJs, right? By the way, this Thursday, if you're in LA and you want to party, hit me up so I can put you on the list at Exchange. Destructo's headlining. You know the drill. Hit me up. Anyways, as you know, we've been handling the stream, and it is no small undertaking. I mean, we have to get the internet situated, which is a bitch in and of itself. I have to assemble a team. It takes about 4 guys to pull off what we're pulling off. Well, I mean, including me. I mean, even though I don't do anything except be like, hey, good job, guys. Hey, want a drink? Huh? Looks great. But it's very discouraging when you put all sorts of effort into that. And then when it gets uploaded, to the YouTube channel, and nobody watches it. Here, I'll show you guys. Here's the Shakedown page, right? So all of these are like the complete sets. Look, Mindset, who killed it. Coyote Kisses, they're all right. La Muerte, he fucking killed it. And if we look at the views here. Now, all this time that was spent, right? Basically 4 dudes putting in like, 5 hours each, right? And these are the amount of views that we got, right? What the fuck? Why are we spending all this time on such a small amount of views? Look at this, 900 views. And okay, granted, sure. Maybe all this needs to be promoted better. I mean, it'd be great to have the artists promoted, the other partners involved, because technically, like, I don't have a huge reach in the music industry, right? Right? But what I'm saying is that even if you were to put more effort into quality and have it not be shitty quality, right? Rayquanomics, yes, but what I did expect was for the artists and the other partners involved to help promote it. But even the ones that did, the response was still very low. So I'm not really quite sure what to make of it. Yeah, Sweetside says, hey, maybe people just aren't interested, Gooey. Yeah, hey, you might be absolutely right. And that's why I'm saying, if you're over allocating your resources focusing on quality, but your viewership isn't large enough to make it worthwhile, then maybe you need to scale back the amount of time and effort put into it to kind of reflect the amount of viewership that you're getting. And then over time, as you build the viewership up, then you can step up your quality. That's what I'm saying. Shythe Eatery says, and your average music goer, music fan, doesn't know about live streaming nearly as much as gamers / people already in front of their computers. Yes, exactly. You are correct. That is why it is our job, my job, to help bring the beauty of streaming to the masses, the music-loving masses. Papa Rocks, I'm glad that you see the logic on this. Corpse Dust says, when is bar fights? Okay, so let me tell you guys, don't tell anybody, all right? I'm working on this shit right now. It's not gonna be like it was in December. We're not gonna have like all these fucking crazy matches. It's basically gonna be just me and you. And we're gonna go to a bar or a restaurant and we're going to play games. What happened? What happened? All right, we're back. I don't even know what Bashi is. Foot Sweep says, any word on where? Yes, hopefully somewhere here downtown or not too far away from downtown, because that's where I live, baby. I don't want to go anywhere. Raidbot says, why not the old format? Raidbot, if you want to help me put together these matches, find sponsors, get setups, find a venue, put together logistics of the stage and lighting and all that stuff, if you want to do all that shit, be my guest. Be my guest. I would prefer to set something up where casual players and tournament players can come together, hang out in an environment that is generally not going to be hostile, not too serious, but more for funsies and just playing and eating and drinking. What do you think about that? Yes, Foot Sweep says, man, I hope the red line is still open when bar fights ends. Downtown LA parking ain't no joke. Well, hey, Foot Sweep, as a frequenter of the red line myself, I can tell you that at least on Fridays and Saturdays, the red line is open till like 2 a.m. now, bro. We can go out and drink well, not all night, but until last call, and then still take the train home. It's beautiful. Beautiful. So yeah, bar casuals. Um, Shy Theatery says, Gootecks, I want to throw out an idea to you, see if you think people would buy into it. Live stream me talking about random topics during my commute to work, also showing reactions to assholes on the road along with talking about different topics. Hey dude, I'm not going to tell you what works and what works. All you can do is try it. Oh. Yeah, so I think that the casual market is very underserved. I think that there are a lot of people out there that would love to come play, but so far the only thing going on right now is basically tournaments and private sessions hosted at people's houses or apartments or whatever. And if you're not already making like a real effort to like really step up your game and really try to improve and do well in tournaments, you're not going to be invited to any console sessions, right? You're just not. So I would like to provide an environment where people can just come down, have fun, play games, drink and eat, and meet other people that are kind of more on the casual side, because I think that tournament players and people who are really trying to get better at fighting games are in the minority, and there's way more people out there that are in more of like the casual mode, and they just want to beat their friends. Hey, I respect that, man. You're just playing with your friends, your family, and you just want to be the best? Hey, no problem there. Raidbot says, what do you think about the iPhone 5 gootecks? Can I just say that I've never been so underwhelmed and disappointed by the release of a new Apple product. You know what I mean? Like, I, for so long, loved my iPhone, right? And then, you know, Tim Cook and those other dudes at Apple just kind of came in and were like, you know what? Everything that you liked about Apple, you know, innovation, new features, yeah, fuck all that. Fuck all that. We're just going to bring this phone up to par with the other phones out there, and we'll have 5 rows of five rows of home screen icons. Sorry, I can't talk today, guys. Yes. Rayconomics says, it's all right, but when the level of play is as low as it is, it's not much of a spectacle. I'm not talking about a spectacle, guys. I'm talking about providing a service for you guys in the LA area to come down, chill, hang out, and play. I could give a shit less about putting together like a big match in that sort of environment right now. Maybe we can do one match, one exhibition match per week at bar fights. That's it. That's it. Bar Handle says, I recently started a business with a friend of mine that's gotten really successful. My friend, however, is now trying to take full control of the company using various forged documents to claim he had control all along. I thought I could trust him, so I didn't sign any contracts, but now I have nothing to tie myself to the company. This is a big issue that I feel I can't escape from. Basically what I'm asking is, how do I get in as Geef in the Dalsum match? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Zephyros says, is bar fights going to be something that happens frequently? Yo, if I can get this shit popping, it's going to happen every week. It's going to happen every week, man. You know why? Because why not? People want to play all the time. And who am I? Who am I to deny them? Oh man, I should have thought more about topics today. Let's think. I guess I kind of took the weekend off. This is going to be a short episode today, guys. Oh, you know what though? Maybe I should have played Street Fighter first and then recorded gootalks after. Raidbot says, is bar fights going to be streamed? Who cares? It's just going to be dudes sitting around playing casually, I think. Maybe we'll do one match and then we'll sell it. I know you guys like when I say that. Steve Man says, gootecks, how much does it cost to start your own line of t-shirts? Who cares? Just do it. It doesn't cost anything to start your own line of t-shirts. You could go to Cafe Press or any number of custom t-shirt printing sites, and all you have to do is design a cool design and then upload the image and they'll print it on a t-shirt for you. The real question is, how much time, effort, and money, resources does it take to make a clothing line successful? It's not about the money. How can you put time into creating your own line of clothing and have it pay off in the end, you know? So don't worry about how much it costs. Worry about how you're going to get people to wear it. How can you get people to buy them? That's what matters. Federation 88 says, talk about legalization. You guys want to talk about legalizing marijuana and other things? You guys we don't want to get started on this, guys. This is a PG/R rated show. You know, you guys already know my thoughts. I think everybody should be able to do whatever they want. The drug war keeps the following pockets lined: the government, the drug lords. Government? Would you consider law enforcement to be in the same? Okay, law enforcement, the government, and the drug lords getting paid. That's what the drug wars do. So, I mean, from my perspective, that's why we continue to keep, all sorts of drugs illegal. I mean, if the prisons need, like sometimes prisons only get funding when they're filled up X number with X percentage amount of inmates, right? So maybe if we have stricter drug laws, then it's easier to lock people up in our prisons. Some of these people, lots of times, happen to be exotic Americans, as we call them here around Cross Counter, and by exotic Americans, I mean, minorities, ethnic exotic Americans, right? So that's what I'm saying. What? You guys are crazy. I am Jordan 23 says, when's the last time you watched porn? The NSFW subreddit is one of the ones that I subscribe to, so usually anytime a picture comes up, it gets clicked. Exotic Americans include Mike Ross, Combo Fiend, Gootecks, Steve. Exotic Americans include a lot of people. BRZ Servbot says, have you put anyone in the friend zone before? Yes. Although, to be fair, most of the ones that got put into the friend zone were when I was in high school. And many of them, it's like, if a girl is very attractive physically, she pretty much never goes in the friend zone, right? Just like if a guy, just like if to a girl, a guy is like good looking, has money and power, status, and carries himself well, that guy is never in the friend zone either, you know? He's always an option for her just because he carries himself so well and has all the attractive qualities. It's like, right? Big titties and a nice butt never go out of style. Perukia says, whatever happened to wasting time with Steve? Good question. Steve, whatever happened to wasting time with Steve, bro? I don't know. It was his birthday. I can't talk about my run-ins with the cops. Dash Zero says, but if she's good looking and talks to herself, that's friends of material there. Certainly. Certainly. Oh, God. What happened? You guys used to have such good questions, or maybe I just had better answers. Insane Kyo says, is having a wingman important? Here's a good question. Gootecks, what was it like growing up mixed? I'm kind of curious because it just dawned on me that if I had kids with my girl, they'd be mixed, and I'm kind of curious. Well, let me tell you. For the longest time, basically kindergarten to 6th grade, I didn't realize, my young little boy mind didn't really realize that I was mixed and that there was anything that was like weird or unusual about that. As I got older, it became more and more apparent how rare it was to see somebody that was mixed like me. So it's always a topic of conversation, but growing up, because both sides of my family are very Americanized, like I'm 3rd generation, right? So like, dude, I don't speak Spanish, I don't speak Chinese. My grandparents on one side were born here, on the other side they came here when they were very young. What can I say? So for me, it's never been that much of an issue. As I've gotten older, it becomes an issue when you meet people. When I meet other mixed people, it's always like, "Hey, high five!" And we all get really excited. Oh my God, you're mixed? I'm mixed too. Wait, what are you? Oh, I'm Japanese and white. Oh shit, I'm Chinese and Mexican. Oh, I'm, Hawaiian and, Filipino. Oh shit, bro. Oh my God. I'm like, Salvadorian and, whatever. My mom is from Japan, blah, blah, blah. It's amazing. So it's cool. Now it's like a secret club. you know, and anytime I see somebody or meet somebody that's mixed, it's like, boom, insta fist bump. Ghost Chimera says, Gootecks, what makes Japanese ramen superior to other ramen? I'm going to assume that you mean ramen that you can get here in the States. Although, maybe you're talking about Chinese ramen, but I'm not really quite sure. Basically, one of the major differences, and now, you guys, you really fucked me up, man. Now I'm going to have to go eat ramen today, now that I'm thinking about it. I've been trying to stop. I've been trying to cut back. But the ramen's got a hold of me! One of the things that makes Japanese ramen far superior to other forms of ramen is the tenderness of the pork. Usually, ramen comes with, 2 to 3 slices of pork that's just really, really tender, depending on where. And I am, as soon as this is over, I'm walking my ass over and getting some ramen. Even though I'm trying to eat healthy and I worked out today, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Around downtown LA, or the LA area in general, these are the ramen places that you need to go to in ascending order. Shinsengumi, Daikokuya. Actually, the Shinsengumi in San Gabriel is fine, or Rosemead, whatever. San Gabriel's fine. Downtown LA and Little Tokyo is fine. Daikokuya in Monterey Park or downtown LA, also very good. But the kicker, you want to know the best ramen place in LA? Ramen Jinya, Studio City. Let's go. Foot Sweep says Orochon. No! Unless you have like something to prove. Orochon is one of those places where you can get it super ridiculously hot and spicy, and if you finish it all in like half an hour or whatever, you get it free. And you get your picture on the wall. I don't give a fuck. I'm not in the ramen game to prove how manly I am. I'm in the ramen game to fill my belly with deliciousness. So, Malcolm X says, only ramen I've ever had is the stuff that you boil. Well, I can tell you, it's not the same thing. That's like comparing McDonald's to umami. It's like, I guess they're both hamburgers, but you wouldn't, it's like apples and oranges. It just doesn't work. MBC Pedro Morales says, has a girl ever tried to trick you into marrying her? If they tried to trick me, I guess I didn't fall for the trap, because I'm still here. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, girls, you gotta be careful, right? Because they don't love you. They love the potential kids that you could give them, right? Don't get it twisted, guys. She says she loves you, but what she's actually saying is she loves the little boy or girl that you could provide her with. But it's tough, some girls drive a hard bargain, man, let me tell you. I think some girls, look, all girls that you go out with or that you are in relationships or been in relationships with, they all bring some sort of value, right? Some girls drive a hard bargain where they know what you like. Or maybe they've just kind of developed this repertoire of, how in Napoleon Dynamite, Napoleon says, girls like guys with skills, bow hunting skills, ninja skills, computer hacking skills. Well, guys like girls with skills, right? cooking skills. I'm just going to call them pampering skills. Like, for example, maybe she will bring, when you guys are just chilling, maybe she will bring you something to eat. Or maybe she'll just bring you a beer to drink out of the fridge, just without you even asking. Or maybe, you guys are just chilling, and then she'll be like, and she'll start rubbing your back. Those are pampering skills, right? Other girls have a different approach. Other girls just, they're just hot, right? And so they just stay in really good shape. And, it's cool, right? Because you get to have sex with a girl that's really, really, really hot. So I guess what I'm saying is that girls have various strategies for keeping you around. And then eventually they give you the ultimatum, right? And you are forced to make a decision. Either you stay with it, and then she's going to be like, look, I want kids. Or you say, hey, I know you want kids, but it just ain't happening right now. And then she's forced to make a decision. And usually when that happens, she leaves. Because, and I saw this happen. I've seen this happen to one of my friends. He was with this girl for quite some time. And they were really cool together. They definitely balanced each other out, She was definitely the female version of him, except she was probably a little bit more responsible, But they had a very similar sense of humor, very cute together. It was very nice. She was a very nice girl. And then one day they break up, and it's like, dude, what happened? Well, she was ready to, commit or whatever, settle down. And I was just like, ooh. And I'm like, bro, sometimes when that happens, you have to make a choice, right? You have to say, well, am I? And this happens when girls are older. So for you young guys, this may sound like gibberish to you. You don't have to worry about this for a long time. But when girls start to get 27, 28, and above, the ticking time bomb, the fuse has already been lit. So you have to make a decision, especially if you're older. If you as a guy are over 30 years old, and it also depends on the type of, career, job, lifestyle you have, are you willing to throw away the year? Because this only happens after the 2 or 3 year mark. This doesn't happen at the beginning. At the beginning, everything is all fun and games. Yeah, we're having this great time, so much fun. You don't want kids. I don't want kids either. But then it happens. And you are forced to make a decision. She puts you in a situation. She puts you in a 50-50, right? High-low. What can you do, right? Either you block it all, block all of her attacks, stay solid, hold your defense, and overall you're the winner. She is defeated. She goes away. But are you really the winner? Because, you eliminated her from the tournament. So sure, you advance, right? You advance to the next round. But did you really win? I don't know if I would really call that a victory. It's more it's almost like a draw. It's almost like in Third Strike when you get judgment, right? And the third round ends in a tie. It's up to the judge. Oh my gosh. So, that's what I'm saying. It's I've seen it happen. You know, guys, they'll be with a girl for multiple years. They're over 30, and then the girl wants to take it to the next level. And it's like, well, you either do that or she leaves immediately because she's like, look, I am in my late 20s, early 30s. If I don't get this done with you, I am going to, every day that passes, I'm running out of options. Spider Carnage says exactly. She has to start all over again with some new guy. Yes, correct. Hold on. DJ Fat says, okay, Gootecks, since we're talking about girls, I told this chick I've known for about 2 years that I like her. And I thought the feeling was mutual, but she acknowledged what I told her, but she didn't express her feelings back towards me, but said she still wanted to be friends. Does this mean I'm friend zone? Yes, DJ Fats, you are friend zone. Congratulations. Hey, you know what's funny? It only took you 2 years to make the move and to tell her how you felt, right? That's a lot less time than it takes a lot of guys, myself included. There are girls that I've known that I've just never tried to do that with because I know it's too late. So hey, congratulations. You're in the friend zone. At least you tried. And hopefully it's not awkward. Maybe she still wants to be friends. She probably still likes what you do for her. Maybe you drive her around. Maybe you buy her dinner sometimes. Maybe you build furniture for her. Maybe you help her with things like her computer. Either way, she likes it, and she likes that part of it. Will this ever convert into you having a sexual relationship with her? Probably not. Sorry. There we go. Mitzaru says, I learned my lesson a long time ago, so I straight up told a girl I like her. Still got friend zone, and we're like best friends. She has boyfriends, though, so I'm just confused. Ha, Goofather, help please. Hey, look, you confessed her love. She said, nah, she's seen other guys. You're in the friend zone, dude. Best thing that you can do with a girl in the friend zone, when you're in the friend zone, is to have her wingman for you. Wing girl, hey, she is your social proof when you go out. You guys dance together. When, you know, you want to talk with a girl, she kind of goes with you, and she doesn't open for you, but, you know, she'll say nice things about you, about how, like, you're super cool or whatever. And if the question ever comes up where the girl that you're trying to talk to is like, hey, if she asks your wing girl, well, hey, if he's so good, then why aren't you with him? The answer is always that she already had a boyfriend. And if she didn't already have a boyfriend, she'd be sucking your dick. Aww. I'm sorry, that was crass. But, you know, honestly, guys, I just don't, I don't know, man. Maybe you guys, like, confess your love to them in, like, some sort of weird way. Maybe you're just like, you know, Janie Donuts, I've been thinking about you for so long. and this time that we spent together hanging out, I really feel like we have a connection. And maybe she's like, me too. Maybe you guys are just saying too much, right? Maybe you need to say less and do more action, you know? Maybe be more physical with her so you don't have to say anything. And you never really have to say it. You just have to take action so she knows it. And if you're taking action from the beginning so that she knows it from the get-go, you never get friend-zoned. Hey, maybe it doesn't work out. It's okay if it doesn't work out. Whatever. You're not compatible. She's not compatible. She fucking drives you crazy. You want to, shake the shit out of her. She thinks you're a loser. Hey, whatever. At least you're not in the friend zone. Waffle Defender says, who cares about getting girls? How do you get rid of them? Waffle Defender, I think you should have him. Why don't you start your own show on how to get rid of girls? I think that'd be great. That'd be great. Like, dude, don't be so, just don't be so weird. Be more normal. Ask her to hang out in the same way that you would ask one of your homies to hang out. Yo, what are you doing later? You want to go get something to eat? Hey, I want to go to such and such place. You want to come or what? Ooh, X Malcolm X says, how do you approach a girl who is always in a group with her friends? Dude, this is tough. I've not had a whole lot of success with that. On paper, I understand that that you have to go up and demonstrate high value by being very confident, being like, yo, what's up, guys? And you start talking to the whole group, but man, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It sounds difficult. It's not. Bart's the Mime says that is undoable. Untrue. It's not undoable. Anything is possible. You just have to keep doing it, right? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. All right. Look, I'm tired. I'm tired of talking about these girls. Tired of talking about girls. Who cares? It's yes, you guys all have great suggestions in the chat room. Everybody should do all of those things and more, and then tell us. Here we go. Here's a good one. EMP Pinkie Pie says, do I work at a refinery at $11 an hour for the rest of my foreseeable future, or do I get my GED and pursue a job in art/animation? You do whatever it is that feels best. If you like working in the refinery, right? You're like some StarCraft SCV. Right away, boss. Roger. If you want to do that, then do it, bro. I personally would rather have one of my viewers get his GED and then go into animation and art, because I like to think that everybody that watches my show is super talented, and that if I ever needed any animation or art, all I have to do is ask. So in my own self-interest of having some designer later down the line being able to do some work for me, I'm going to ask you nicely to please go and get your GED and pursue art/animation. Spencer said hello, says, can we do Goofashion then? Honestly, guys, I'm not the most, I don't know things, man. All I do is sometimes I'll look at magazines I'll look on different sites. Oh, by the way, apparently Jack Threads is super cool. Let me see if I signed up for this. I was looking on the site. I think. Hold on. Did I already sign up for it? Sorry guys, I'm totally not on it today. Here's Jack Threads. Let's see. How many girls? Hey, let me tell you guys about girls that like video games. I don't think I ever set a password actually. Oh, I did. Okay. All right. Hey, so you guys know that before I was telling you guys to check out Plunder. I was wrong. At least for me, I was totally wrong. Don't go to Plunder. Go to Jack Threads. I actually like these clothes a lot better than everything that's going on at Plunder, with the exception of the sunglasses. I like the sunglasses. So why don't you guys, if you guys are looking for clothes, oh, Jesus. All right, there we go. Fucking XSplit. All right, you guys are looking for clothes, go to that URL, jackthreads.com/invite/gootecks. Yeah. And it's the same thing. Make a purchase. If you invite your friends and make a purchase, you get $10. So if you guys see something you like and you buy it, then I get $10 so that I can look prettier for you guys. Hey, we're all straight guys here. We can say that we look good for each other. Anyways, back to girls and video games. If only, okay, three girls that you know like video games and they all have boyfriends, okay, you need to go after younger girls. Do you think for a second that any girls over the age of 25 are going to be into video games? Really now? Really, really? Come on. If you want a girl that likes video games, and I'm not saying that that's a good thing or a bad thing, but if that's one of the things that you like, then you need to go after younger girls. Because, I mean, just in the same, you can tell the difference. There's different age groups of girls, right? Older girls are not so big. They grew up, okay. A girl that is over the age of 26, 27, sure. Girl who is over the age of 26, 27 remembers distinctly having the phone, the telephone, not the cell phone, the telephone ring in her house and her waiting by it, hoping that a boy would call her. So she'd be like, hello? Oh yeah, what are you doing? Oh yeah, me too. Maybe not, I don't know. I'm just saying that there's a distinct generation gap between girls who are used to talking on the phone and girls who are not, right? Younger girls, girls under the age of, 26, 27, those girls, you can't call them ever, right? They'll never pick up. You have to text them. So the same thing applies to girls who like or don't like video games. I'm sorry guys, but you are not going to find a girl who is older than 26 and 27 that is like super into games. You are just not. If she will that's a terrible way to say it, but if she would tolerate you playing games, that's as good as you can get. Even though she has to really more like respect that you play games, I guess, if that's important to you. But girls who are like 18 to 24, those girls, all their lives, most of their adult lives have been on the internet and have been playing games, because gaming has just grown a lot since they've been growing up. So they're far more adjusted and far more likely to be into it than older girls. Shinzo Bishaman says, Gootecks, for Street Fighter, is it a good idea to sit in training mode and just figure shit out? Or is it better to have a regimen where you work on certain things on certain days? I have multiple friends who say just doing shit in training mode is better. I'm the guy that thinks having a schedule or a regimen for all things is beneficial, even if I don't do it myself. But I can tell you, dude, think of it like working out, right? Today was legs, calves, and squats and glutes and whatever. Today was leg day. Tomorrow is shoulders and triceps, and the day after that is abs and whatever I have left. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? So if you could create a schedule like that for yourself in training mode, where you're like, okay, well, today I'm going to work on frame traps. Tomorrow I'm going to work on safe jumps. The next day I'm going to work on option selects. The day after that I'm going to work just on combos, just execution, just boom, 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 boom. I think you would find great success. Yes. Brandonman69 says, today was tiger knees, tomorrow is tiger uppercuts, and Thursday is tiger shots. Exactly. Exactly. JC17580 says, hey Gootecks, somebody else said this earlier, but how do you find out what you really want to do in life? I have a hard time getting motivated. Well, let me tell you, JC17580, you need to go out there and try as many things as you need to try in order to get excited about the things that you want to do in life, right? Of course, you're not going to be excited if what you're doing is not exciting. But how do you find it? Kind of like the same way you pick a character in Street Fighter. Try as many characters as you need to try in order to find one that you want to learn, right? Simple. Simple. It's like, if the first character that I played in Street Fighter was Viper, right? Let's say that I was brand new to Street Fighter and tried to play Viper in Street Fighter 4. Chances are, and I'm generalizing here, but I'm just putting it out there, that maybe I wouldn't be able to do so well with her. And if I was just like, man, fuck this game, then I would never have had the opportunity to play Rose or Balrog, who make me quite happy when I play them. So the way that you find out what you like to do in life is to do more things. Dude, if you're not excited about what you're doing, I promise you, you haven't done very much in life. Because if you did, you would have more stuff that would that would get you excited. Nintendude61 says, Gootecks, in the grand scheme of things, how important are grades in high school? Well, I gotta tell you, in the long run, it's not that important. But you were looking for somebody that would give you permission to fuck around and not handle your shit in high school. Let me tell you something, Nintendude61. You're not going to like what I say here, but if you don't get good grades in high school, you're not going to get into a good college. And if you don't get into a good college, you're not going to be able to go get a job. Just kidding. Just kidding. If you don't get good grades in high school, you certainly won't be able to go to a good college right after high school. If that's not important to you, then it doesn't matter. But what you could do is you could get shitty grades in high school and then go to a junior college and then do really well in junior college and then transfer to the school of your choice. That is totally doable. But it's a lot harder. It's a lot easier, in my mind, to go to a good school after high school, because that's just generally like the way that it goes. So I'm going to suggest that you at least try to get good grades in high school so that maybe going to a good college can be an option. Obviously, the point of going to a good college is not to get a job, because how are you going to be wealthy if you're working 40 hours a week for somebody else, huh? How does that work? So, I'm going to suggest that you're going to go to college to build a network of people, build relationships with people in the industry that you want to work in. Papa Rock says, but it is cheaper to do junior college first. Absolutely. But it can be, I mean, you got to find your own motivation, man, because I've seen so many people go to junior college and then not make it to going to a four-year university because they get distracted. They get distracted with work and with other things, and it just doesn't happen. Ghost Chimera says, hey, Gootecks, did you have more fun in high school or in college? Neither. I've had the most fun outside of both. Ooh. High school was fun, college was fun, but hey, man, there's no going back. There's no going back. So I just try to have the most fun now, today. Captain 19 Planet says, yo, Ryan, I took your advice and me and my roommates threw a party at my house the other day and it was hella fun and had lots of ladies show up. Shout outs and thanks from Maine. No problem, bro. Next time I'm in Maine, I'm gonna be hitting you up, bro. Be ready. Be ready. Dash Zero says, Gootecks, is it okay? Oh, wait, no. BRZ Surbot says, Gootecks, is it okay to date someone you work with in the office? Dude, who cares? There will be many jobs. But who knows? Maybe this girl you end up having some amazing fucking relationship with, right? And you're like, I don't know, I'm fair. What about my boss? Am I gonna get fired? Are we gonna lose our jobs? Who fucking cares? Who cares about your job? What are you? Are you the fucking president of the United States of America? Are you fucking Barack Obama? You're like Barack Obama. You're like, oh man, I don't know if Michelle's gonna find out if I bang this girl right now. I probably shouldn't do it because I'm the president. Are you the fucking president, man? I didn't think so. I think that you should just do what you want to do and fuck the job. How about that? Brandaman69 says, Gootecks, I am going to university in my Bachelor of Arts program and then teaching. Is it possible for me to run my own business while I'm a teacher? Absolutely. Why don't you think about what you want to do as a teacher and build your business around that? For example, if I were a teacher at a university, this is what I would do. I would create my own textbook. I would create my own videos and I would sell PDFs of the books. So basically, I would, and I would live stream my class, live stream all the classes and sell downloads. I would create the textbook, sell it as a physical book and a PDF. I would offer live streaming for people who didn't want to come to class. I might even charge for live streaming so that these motherfuckers didn't have to come to class. And I would sell videos of my best lectures or put them all on YouTube. And I would then partner my YouTube channel and I would get all these hits. And then next thing I know, I would be making more money from the passive side of the business than the active side. But either way, now you're playing both sides of the fence. Good job, bro. Steal it, Dash Zero. Feel free. Feel free. Trapcom says, fuck teachers who charge for their own textbooks though. Hey man, I'm not saying charge. I'm not saying those textbooks that they fucking charge $150 for. If you wrote the textbook for your class, you could sell that shit for $20, $30, $40 and motherfuckers would be like, that shit is a deal. People get mad when the professor is the one writing the book, when the book is really expensive. But if you're selling the PDF for fucking $9.99 or whatever so that people can just look at it on their iPads, I mean, come on. That is the cost of education. Do you want to be smart or do you want to be dumb? I mean, it's so easy to self-publish right now. You guys know about lulu.com. You can, if you're a writer and you're not publishing physical books with lulu.com, get on it. Come on. I'm fucking Gootecks and I printed a book, man. If I can do it, surely somebody that was way smarter and a way better writer could do the same thing. I'm just some fucking dumbass Street Fighter player. Come on, guys. Lord Monochromicorn says, Gootecks, you seem so optimistic, yet life is so cruel and boring at times. How do you do it? I don't know if you know this about me, Lord Monochromicorn, but I am certainly one of the moodiest and pessimistic people that you will ever meet by default. I lately, through doing these videos and working out and eating properly, have kind of turned things around to build myself up to the point where I'm able to express whatever I want at any moment. And I feel confident in things. I feel, in general, guys, lately, I feel very confident because I'm able to just fucking, boom, just tell people what's up all the time. Telling people what's up is the new keeping the peace, right? I'm not necessarily optimistic. I can think of all the reasons why things will fail, except for my own ideas. I can't think of any reasons why those fail. But the reason for this is because I've handled the foundation, dude. Trust me. If you are not, if you don't have the basics handling, like your body and your nutrition, then of course everything else is gonna suck, right? So find the motivation in yourself to work out and eat properly. And if you start doing those things, you won't feel so out of it all the time. If you fixed your diet, dude, trust me. And I'm not saying this because I'm doing it, but I believe personally, if you are having problems with like motivation and feeling depressed and stuff, you need to look at your diet and look at what you're doing. Do some research on eating raw and look at the works of Steve Pavlina and tell me that it doesn't make sense to you that if you cleaned out your diet and only ate fresh raw fruits and vegetables and didn't eat meat or other animal products, tell me that that doesn't make sense in your mind, that you would feel better because you have less crap inside of you. Tell me that that doesn't make sense. I challenge you to tell me how that doesn't make sense. Captain 19 Planet says, Gootecks, have you read anything by Michael Pollan? He's a food genius. You should really look into him, specifically in defense of food. If there's an audiobook, I will check it out. Thank you. I'm illiterate. I have no idea. I'm just taking good guesses at what you stream monsters are saying in this chat room. JME 2012 says, food equals better mental state. I don't know, Gootecks. Trust me, dude. Think about it. If you're eating all this crap with no nutrients, I mean, of course you're going to feel bad. Your body, our default state is how we are when we are children. You know how when you look at a little kid, and the little kid's like, ah, 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 and they're just doing whatever. You know why? Because the world hasn't gotten them down, and they don't have all this crap inside of them. Our default state is that of a child. We are supposed to be able to go out, and the world is our oyster. Everybody's our friend. Hey, nice to meet you. That is our default state as human beings. The world pulls us down. The things that we put in our bodies pull us down. Waffle Defender says, meat is how you gain muscle. Don't listen to Gui. Meat is one way of building muscle. Another way to build muscle is from the protein in plants. You guys know that plants have protein, right? Come on. New Java says, Gootecks, I'm turning 25 in 2 days, yet I feel I achieved nothing in my life. I have an AA degree, but don't feel like school is for me. The only thing I have a passion for is DJing, but I don't seem to be able to turn it into a main career. What can I do to get my life on track? If DJing is what drives you, then you need to do more DJing until the DJing is doing the driving, right? It's okay. Oh, fish sticks totally trolling me. You're not serious. You're not serious, Ben, about plants have protein. Plants have protein. Anyways, dude, if you're into DJing, do you understand how much pull DJs have financially and in a room full of hot, scantily clad women that like music? Come on, dude. If that's what you like, then go after it. How hard is it to make a living as a DJ, dude? Wow, if I had any DJ skills at all, I'd be unstoppable. So take this as an invitation to get a head start on our race, New Javes. How about that? I'll just let you get started first. But when I catch up, you're gonna have some competition, bro. East SRK, Gootecks, where do you find your books at for a good price? I want to read all these books like Rich Dad Poor Dad and 4 Hour Workweek, but they're so damn expensive. Send me an email, gootecks@crosscounter.tv, and I will send you a deal. Honestly, just go torrent the audiobook. Go to Pirate Bay, Torrent Reactor, go wherever you need to go. Find the PDFs, find the audiobooks. This is what, okay. This is part of what I'm talking about when I say that slow internet speeds hold us back as a nation, right? The freer the information, the better our people can grow and prosper as people, as a society. That's why I don't believe in copyright infringement, right? I don't believe that that is a crime. You guys need to watch, gosh, what is that movie about the Pirate Bay? Pirate Bay movie. Pirate Bay documentary. Damn it. I think the other camera is dead. Steal this film. Yes, steal this film. Thank you. Yes. You guys check out this. This movie inspired me, okay? Look. There's, oh God. We might have to say this for another time. Read Free by Chris Anderson and watch Steal This Film, which is a documentary about the Pirate Bay and the freedom and spread of information throughout history, right? The more information that is out there available for free, the better and more innovative that we can become as a society, right? So DJ Fat says, but if people can't own information they research or come up with, doesn't that put a lot of people out of business, Gootecks? Look, you can't put something out, any form of content out in 2012 and not have it be pirated if it is popular enough. So the best thing to do is to find other ways to monetize so that you're not solely dependent on people paying money to download a digital good. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a CD. Hey, you can put all kinds of copy protection on it, but chances are, if it's popular enough, people will find a way to bootleg it. You could say that this stream is going to be private. I could password protect this. I could password protect this stream and only give out the password to people who paid for it, right? But you guys would still be able to share it with other people, because either there would be a restream or you would just give it to all your friends, and then more people would be able to watch it without them paying for it. Now, the real question is, does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. Who cares if some people are watching it for free? Who cares? Some people will pay for it, and if they won't pay for the digital good, they will pay for the physical good. They'll pay for the physical good, or they'll pay for the service. What is the service when it comes to music? The service is the concert, or the party, or the after party, or the meeting of the people, of some sort of special fan signing. The product does not necessarily have to be the digital good, because the digital goods can be distributed for little to no cost through BitTorrent, through YouTube, through Twitch, through whatever. So the idea is to use the digital products as marketing to draw more and more people to the things that they can't download, such as an experience of going to an event or a concert or a party. Or maybe you are some sort of marketing guru or something, and you have all this information, all these videos about marketing. But hey, you know what you do when you give away all this stuff? All of your products, all of your lectures, all your videos for free on the internet, you know what you do to make money as like a marketing consultant or something? You consult, right? People are like, hey, your videos are great. I want to pay you X number of dollars to help me with this project. I will pay you for your time. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Does this make any sense? Does this make any sense at all? God damn it. I think this battery went out. Fight Your Rival says, how do you feel about people pirating bar fights then? Are you kidding me? Are you serious right now? Do you understand that all it takes to get a YouTube video taken down is to send YouTube an email saying, hey, this is my content, take it down? Who do you think sends those? Not this guy. I don't give a fuck, dude. If I went to the Pirate Bay and I saw, I'm gonna look right now, I will be, hold on. Let me look on the Pirate Bay and just see. Well, unfortunate. The latest bar fights is not there, but the first one is there. Hey, I'm offended. I'm actually kind of offended that nobody's taking the time to put bar fights up on Pirate Bay. Why? Because I don't care. The people who want to support you are going to pay for the product. And the people who want it for free and don't want to pay for it weren't going to pay for it anyways, so what do I care? Why do I care? I believe that the more people that see how awesome my product is, the more people will either want to come to the event next time or will just pay for it just because they think it's cool. I'm not sweating that out of this many people that watched it, some of those people didn't pay for it. Dude, these motherfuckers upload this shit to YouTube? Whatever. You want to watch it on YouTube? Trust me, it was better if you download it because you can't hear the dual commentary. So why don't you just upload both of them to YouTube, one with one commentary track and one with the other commentary track? Oh, you know why? Because that shit is work. That's why we charge for it, homie. So yeah, nah. Fight Your Rival. I don't care. I don't care. Trust me. My position before we put it out was that we should put the matches up for free on YouTube and then link people to pay to download it, because I think that people would rather watch the stuff on their big screen TV or take it on their iPhone or their iPad or whatever. That's what I think. So yeah, go ahead. Pirate the shit out of it. What do I care? If you like it, you'll pay for it. If you don't like it, whatever. Who cares? Why do you guys think that Photoshop is the most popular graphics program, like photo editor in the world? It's the most pirated. It's become the standard. Vash Trigunner says, too bad there isn't more options to help out without actually having to give money. Here's some ways to help out. Tell all your friends. Every time I put something out, post that shit on Facebook and post that shit on Twitter. You don't have any money? No problem, homie. Not everybody's got money. It's fine. Hey, we're all broke sometimes. But what you can do is spread the word about good quality content that you like, and that doesn't cost anything. Gootecks, the next sets of videos you do, will you encode some mobile optimized versions? There, you can watch them on YouTube. You know, you guys do know on YouTube, when you upload a video, here, I'll show you. I'll show you. Oh, hold on, I just closed it. Let me show you this. This is what I see in YouTube. Hold on. This is an option in YouTube. Let me pull this out. All right, look, check this out. Check this out. Okay, so in YouTube, this is what it looks like. If you claim this video, then it'll be monetized, right? Scroll down to the bottom, enable all these ads, blah, 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 blah. And then at the bottom, syndication. Everywhere or B, monetized platforms. What this means is that if I want to make this available everywhere, then some places that you guys might be watching this, for example, international countries, international mobile devices, period, we don't get paid. Why is that? Because I'm not gonna sweat the small stuff, because I just want people to be able to watch my stuff if they wanna watch it. I'm not gonna worry that I'm not gonna be making money off of a certain segment of views, because I'm just not sweating it. So it is available on mobile, even though we don't get paid for it. All right, guys, the camera battery's dead. Oh, Plibble says, I meant the stuff like bar fights and grudge matches. The MP4s I had to re-encode to be able to watch my phone. Sorry about that. Yes, working on it. Sorry. If anybody can help me with encoding stuff like that, like what the best way, what the settings are, hit me up. Gootecks at crosscounter.tv. Zuku says, does AdBlock counteract the monetizing? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. All right. Thank you for watching, guys. I ran so long that the camera ran out of batteries, and today I had nothing to talk about. So, thank you. I'm going to stop the local recording. Please follow me on Twitter at gootecks. Hey, check out that Jack Threads invite. Check that stuff out. Thanks for watching. See you later.